Hey, we're gonna try this shit. Fuck. So, I'm shooting to do more long form videos like this. Now that I got a little holder on this shit, for longer rides, longer drives, I guess longer than a minute, right? Y'all usually get 90 seconds to 2 minutes of this shit. Woo, it's a little shaky though over bumps, so we'll see how that looks. Yeah, I was just speaking to someone about when if you've ever experienced, gone through, or were a child of divorce, or your parents splitting up, so now it's going to be like no longer a two-parent household, or you're going to be with like one parent or the other. Obviously I can only speak for the dads, or as a dad that's been in the situation where you're fighting to be in your kid's life, right? Especially if your kid's young, like they don't see or know what the fuck you're going through in the sense of battling for them, right? And like, maybe at some point later in life they'll know or figure it out, or maybe they'll ask, or if your co-parent is a healthy fucking individual that can actually like talk and tell you, like, I don't know, tell the truth. They'll tell them one day. But until then, you're kind of in it by yourself, right? Unless you have other parents or fathers and figures that are going through it like you. Like, now you got the internet, right? I'm in this group. It's called Single Dads something, right? A lot of memes, a lot of shit. But like, I've seen a lot of things where it's like people will post their phone number or some shit and be like, hey, is anyone available to talk? I'm really going through it. So that's been like huge. Like, you just need support. You're not in it by yourself. And the big thing today I guess I want to speak on was, when you're in a situation that's out of your control, sometimes it's just so simple to tell yourself that this is the way it is and I have to be okay with it, and that's that. I feel like that's a pretty stoic way to look at it, right? But the tough part is, like, you're also neglecting your feelings, right? You're not allowing yourself and giving yourself the space and grace to feel your fucking feelings, and that's huge. Like, obviously feel your feelings, and then what, right? Like, how are you going to react? How are you going to move forward? But also, like, you can't just shut them off and be a fucking robot, because you're not, right? That's going to come out some way or another. There's going to bleed out, and it's going to bleed out in a way that you fucking lash out at the people you love and care about, or you're not going to be productive. You're going to be really tired. There's going to be something. It's going to come out one way or another, right? So you're better off taking your time, feeling your feelings, doing what the fuck you got to do, and then moving forward, right? Like, it's always that then what, right? Or I learned this shit because I do this thing. It's called catastrophizing, right? Where I like think and expect and envision like the worst possible things happening, right? And one of the things that I've learned to do to help remedy that, or like, process that and like get to the other side, is you ask yourself, and then what, right? So like, if this worst possible thing did happen, then what? How are you going to move forward after that, right? Because like, outside of that, like, it's not over until you're dead, right? Like, you are still fighting if you're on this side of the fucking soil, right? So you have a choice to make. How are you going to react and move forward, right? Are you going to just lay down and fucking wallow in self-pity and just like let the world keep moving forward while you stay stuck in one place feeling sorry for yourself? Or are you going to feel your feelings, have a good cry, like, do whatever the fuck you got to do, brush yourself off, and move the fuck forward, right? And I guess what I'm trying to get at is, like, it's important that you give yourself the space to, what are you doing, goofy ass? You give yourself the space to fucking do that, feel your feelings and then move forward. Don't just block it all out and think that, like, because it's gonna come out, dude. As someone who's tried to take my feelings and not be vulnerable and stuff my shit down, that shit comes out in one way or another. And the worst is when you don't realize it, right? You're like snippy with the people you care about, or you're kind of closed off and distant. when you really could and should be fucking in it and being present, right? Sometimes it just takes you away from a moment, whether that's like getting your work done or spending time with your fucking loved ones and friends and family, but instead you're off somewhere else, like that Zig Ziglar quote, right? It's like, when I knew people when they're at work, they're at home complaining, like thinking about like, ooh, I shouldn't have said that, I should have done this at dinner, blah 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 blah. And when they're at home, they're in the office, they're thinking about like, ooh, I should have made that call, I should have made that sale, blah 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 blah. So like, they're not ever anywhere, right? Because they're always elsewhere. You don't want to be that, because there's only so many fucking days that we have. Tomorrow never fucking gets here, and all you have is the present. So focus on the now and do everything you can to give yourself that present time. It's a fucking gift, right? And like, give yourself to the people that you love during that time. It's so important, because like, you know, clock's ticking, baby. Do what the fuck you got to do. Do it all. All that you can do is all that you can do, right? But make sure you're doing it. Don't fucking let up. And whatever the fuck you got going on today, I hope it's not too stressful. And if it is, you give yourself the grace and space to fucking feel what you gotta feel. And then you use that fucking cookie jar of all the fucking badass shit you've ever done and gone through, all the pain you've ever felt, all the times you bled, all the times you've been stabbed, right? You use that shit. That's your power. You're fucking unstoppable. You've made it this far. You didn't come this far to come this fucking far. So keep going, keep growing, and keep at it, baby. You got this. Have a wonderful day, baby.